Okay, so in this nugget, we're going to talk about hypnosis and repetition. Now, obviously, I'm not a medical doctor, and I'm going to talk about some brainwave stuff that I don't fully understand, but I get it good enough that the point should come across to you guys. You have delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma, right? And so delta and theta brainwaves are when you're in a subconscious state of mind, right? Or deeper. So it's easy to program yourself or learn. Alpha and beta are where most adults are living, and we're just in a conscious state of mind, either highly active or somewhat active, right? And then you can get up to gamma, which is totally different, right? So there's different layers of waves, right? So the slower the wave, the deeper we are into our subconscious. And then the faster, higher hertz, the higher we are in our subconscious, right? So something that I find interesting is that children from the age of 0 to 7 are primarily in a theta state. This is a subconscious state that makes it very easy to learn or program your brain. It's the state adults try to get into when they're meditating. Some psychologists say that children ages 0 to 7 are operating at genius levels because of their brain waves and how easily they absorb information. Adults, on the other hand, operate at a higher frequency of brain waves, and there are really only two ways for adults to learn new things or program their brains, unlike children. Under age 7, you're constantly programming your brain. That's what's happening, right? When you become adult, that's not what's happening. We don't stay in theta, right? So there's only two ways to change your brain programming or your habits. One is hypnosis. So that's putting your brain waves in a theta state so that somebody else can program it for you. Or the other is good old repetition, doing something over and over again until it becomes a part of subconscious activity. And repetition is the one that most of us need to focus on and use. So for anyone watching the video, and I'm sure it's everyone that's an adult and there's no under 7 watching this, the only way you can make a new habit in your world is to do one of those two things, hypnosis or repetition. So what's the point of all this? A lot of things, I think, but if you want to get good at something, you need lots of repetition. Whether you want to have a world-class presentation, be an expert on objection handling, have a habit of constantly prospecting for new business, or be great at things like the piano or golf or whatever, you need repetition and lots of it. If you want certain areas of your life to change, you have to take constant action or repetition in those areas. Whether it's making more money, making more sales, or just being happier, you have to constantly take action in those areas of your life. 95% of your day is run by subconscious thought. You can reprogram that subconscious thought through repetition. If you're looking at any area of your life or job and you don't like the results, you need to consciously change your thoughts to what you want first of all and focus on those thoughts most of the time. You could call this repetition of thought, thinking about you want or who you want to be over and over and staying totally focused on it. Now, thinking a repetition of thought isn't enough though. It's just the first step. You have to take action. So you have to have repetition of action on those new thoughts. Take physical health, for example. If you want to get healthier, you need to start thinking about your diet and the foods you should be eating. Thinking isn't enough though, we have to take action. So you need to make a list, that's a small action. Then you need to go online or go to the store and order those things that are healthier for you. That's another action, right? When those things are in your office or your home, you have to take action and eat them or use them, whatever it is, right? It's about repetition, repetition, repetition. I was having a drink with Johnny Rogers a couple months and he said something interesting on this topic. He said that he keeps buying all the right foods to have in his house, even if they rot and he doesn't use them. Sometimes he keeps buying them anyway, right? So he's constantly buying good food and keeping it in his house, even if it's going to rot and he knows he might not get to it. That's the repetition, the action of having that healthy stuff in his life, right? So more and more he eats those good things. The same would apply for exercise if you're on the health topic, any topic for that matter. If you want something different, you have to repeatedly think about and focus on those things. You also have to repeatedly take actions on those things. Over time, you keep rewriting the neurocoding in your brain over and over, and it becomes easier and easier until you don't have to think about it anymore. It's just part of who you are, a habit or a character, right? Just remember as adults, The only way we can reprogram our thoughts and actions is through hypnosis or repetition. I don't know a lot about hypnosis, but I do know how effective repetition is, and so do all top performers. So start finding the things that you want to improve in your life and take constant action or repetitive action on those things. Have a great day.